Palestine should be recognised without any preconditions. That is the right thing to do in the circumstances. The Palestinians are entitled to a state in the way that the Israelis are entitled to a state. At the moment, I'm afraid the government appear to be linking it to other factors in terms of progress on the peace process, issues to do with Hamas. But there is a fundamental principle, and the fundamental principle is that the Palestinians are entitled to a state, and that has got to be the starting point. That is what, collectively and cross-party, we have to try and get the government to accept. And the House has already voted to recognise Palestine. There was an overwhelming vote some years ago where people voted in favour of the recognition of Palestine, that we might be able to secure that because the government do not command a large enough majority to oppose such a measure. Well, I can see that, she's our head of state and we have a visiting head of state. I can see the protocol requires her to be there, but at the same time, I think we need to be very careful about the language that we use. And I am not celebrating the centenary of the Balfour Declaration. I am marking it, and I'm acknowledging that clearly for the Israelis it is something they will celebrate because they secured their homeland through this route. But for the Palestinians, there is nothing to celebrate. They were let down. The British, we didn't deliver on half of the promise that we made 100 years ago, and that's why we have to keep the focus on that to try to ensure that we use the historical connection we have to deliver for the Palestinian people 100 years after we first said that we would.